Alright, so we're checking out another portable Bluetooth speaker here. This is from TRIBIT, called the STORMBOX 2. So in the box you get the speaker itself, get a USB-C cable for charging, and you get a small manual. Just to take a quick look at the box itself here, some of the features. 24 hours of playtime, that is with X-Bass off and 60% maximum volume. So if you increase your volume a little bit more or turn X-Bass on, you're going to get a little bit less, but pretty good overall playtime. You get two 17-watt actual drivers, and I'm not 100% sure where they are, because it says here it's 360 surround sound, and it does sound like the sound is coming from all around. And you do have these two passive radiators on the top and the bottom, although, you know, I'm not sure if this is the actual orientation, if it could go like this or like this, but I think this sounds the best in my opinion. We'll look at the speaker here a little bit closely here in a second, but the rest of the box, again, you have X-Bass here. There's a button on the back here to turn that on and off. That's this one right here. Of course, this does hands-free calling with your Bluetooth smartphones, of course. That's like everything else. This features Bluetooth 5.3, which does have a lot more range now. It's up to 150 feet. So instead of, in the old days, it was like 30 feet. Now it's like way more. So you can definitely take your phone or whatever you're paired this up with much further away. This has the ability to do stereo pairing with another speaker. So if you have another one of these STORMBOX 2s, you can pair them up and have stereo surround sound. Of course, I don't have a second one here. They didn't send me one, so I can't demonstrate that for you, but it just does have that capability. And then you can connect this up to the app to get some different EQ profiles and do some firmware updates, that kind of stuff. We'll show you that here in a second. And okay, we'll just take another look around. Got these passive radiators here on each side that producing a fair amount of bass. Got these nice huge oversized buttons here, volume up, volume down, and then mutes or pauses. Got your branding here in the bottom. It's kind of a cloth material here all around here, and then you got your buttons on the back. You have a small, like, kind of a cloth handle, you know, to carry it around. Power button, Bluetooth button to pair, get your X-Bass button on when they're lit up here. These are on. This is the stereo pairing button to pair it up with another one of these speakers, but of course it's not currently. And under this flap is your USB-C charging port, and you have an auxiliary 3.5mm jack there. So I think that's for if you, instead of Bluetooth, if you want to just plug in your sound source directly, you can do that. But there is no micro SD card slot, so no TF slot on this one. Kind of unfortunate. I wish to most other speakers have that as a sort of a baseline, so a little strange that this one doesn't have that. So in terms of size comparison, here is a can of soda right next to it, just to give you an idea how big it is. It's very, very reasonably small. You can put it into a nice bag or anything like that. And it is waterproof, IPX7 waterproof, so it doesn't mean it can be submerged, but definitely splash proof. So if you are worried about having this in the rain at a picnic or at the beach or at the pool, getting splashed, this should have no issues with that whatsoever. And here's a quick look at the TRIBIT app. You can download this from the Google Play Store or Apple Store, and I've already got this paired up, so you can adjust your volume here. So it shows you your battery level. You can adjust the volume here, pause, and back and forward your tracks. This is the equalizer. So there's a sort of standard X-Bass profile here, and that's what it kind of looks like. You can actually turn it off if you want, so no extra bass. But it definitely just sounds better with the extra bass. But then there's other profiles like audiobook. We'll just show you what that's like. So if you listen to audiobooks a lot, that has a different equalizer profile. And they have one for classical music, another one for jazz, another one for, sorry, that one was rock, and then this one is jazz. And it looks like those are all the profiles. And then you can go into here and create your own preset as well. If you want to edit it, you can adjust it as well to your liking. And then over here is your settings, so you can do firmware updates here, turn on off the auto shutdown. And then this EQ button here in the settings, you can change that so that instead of it being the X bass, you could have it default to, say rock, for example, and hit apply. And then when you hit the button, it'll default to that instead of the standard. But I'm gonna actually, I'm gonna reset this. So I'm gonna go ahead and reset this because for the sound demo, I'm gonna have it on standard settings. Okay, so we'll start off with the sound demo with the X bass turned off, and then I'll turn it on. So let's start putting on some music here. Okay, so that was about 45% volume, and when you get above about 70% volume, it gets a little bit distorted. It doesn't come, I tested this already, it doesn't come out on the microphone, at least on my camera microphone, that well. It just sounds, basically the audio gets clipped by my microphone, so you don't really hear the distortion like you can live. But yeah, it is very clear until you hit about 75% volume, and then above that, I feel like there's a fair bit amount of distortion. It's actually, in my opinion, too loud. This thing is very loud. I personally don't like really loud speakers. I prefer like speakers that are more like has very clear mid-tones and sort of mid and high range tones. Don't really care too much about the bass. The bass, I think this one is more than adequate for the size. But yeah, I actually, for volumes at under 60%, this is actually a very nice sounding speaker in my opinion compared to a lot of the ones that I've tested. But if you like super loud audio, or if you want, if you need to blast music in a larger area, you probably want to get something a little bit bigger than this one that's going to have more like a larger driver. All right, let's try one more sample. So hopefully those audio samples sounded pretty good to you. I tried to capture that audio as close as possible to what I perceive to be the accuracy of the speaker. So hopefully that is conveyed to you properly, and you can make your own decisions as to whether or not this audio quality is for you or not. Right now this is running, I think, roughly $70-ish, $65, $70, depending upon where you pick this up. I'll put some links down in the video description, and if you want to check it out, that'll do it for this video. I'll talk to you guys in the next one.